It's two country boys in Cali, and we are back rocking different T-shirts. So, like usual, we're on all streaming.
Yes. You know, I got the D'Angelo, the verse. I've been fresh off the verses, man. That junk had me in the groove. You hear me?
All right, and I'm keeping it wrestling again. So
Always.
this is the Black Lives Matter Bullet Club shirt. If you see it, Black Lives Matter. So Bullet Club. So shit. While I'm mentioning the Bullet Club and wrestling, let's start it off about wrestling, man.
Bro. Hey, wrestling, them T-shirts getting popular, bro.
Hey, man, wrestling T-shirts has been popping. So which wrestling topic you want to talk about first?
I gotta talk about our boy Shaq Moss. No, you want to do the Shaq?
Nah,
Shaq
fuck it. We'll do Shad first. All right. So Shad Moss, aka Bow Wow, aka the king of rap or whatever the fuck you want to call Prince of Rap.
Yeah.
Wants to be in the WWE. So I don't know how to. Listen, I told Quentin about this shit. She's like, "What topics we want to do?" Say, man, we got to talk about Shad Moss off the top rope. Off the top rope.
He coming down like this on him. Ain't no Bow Wow. Look, who he going? I'm trying to figure out who he gonna wrestle though, man.
He said Bow Wow said he want a tag team and win the tag team titles with Rey Mysterio.
Oh man, who they gonna wrestle? I'm trying to figure who they gonna go against.
I mean, you got the cruiserweight division, so he could probably go up against Humberto Carrillo. There's like like the little skinny niggas. You got the under 200 pounds. I mean, they need a under 120 pounds. Bow Wow only about $105, but shit. He could
hey,
go.
Bro, why do you think? I was gonna ask you, man. I know you went to that rap. I'm so old school with it. What do you like? All the entertainers, man. Have you seen this wave of all the entertainers going into the wrestling thing?
So I made a post, and I'm gonna read this off to everyone because this is the popularity of wrestling right now. Wrestling is probably almost as though TV aside and everything else. Wrestling popularity is probably having some little renaissance, and it's kind of funny because everybody else. So I posted this on Facebook, Instagram. Music and pro wrestling in 2021. Donnie Ward beef online with MJF. Snoop Dogg hit a terrible top rope on AEW and rap and did the theme song to Dusty Rhodes' son, Cody Rhodes' song. Bad Bunny is the 24/7 champion. Cardi B tweeting about wrestling. MVP rapped on a song with Westside Gunn, Wale, Smoke DZA. Wale has done Big E theme song. Of course, Bow Wow is trying to wrestle T-Bar. And Randy Orton is about to RKO Soulja Boy and beef with Soulja Boy. And it's just the start of March. So music and pro wrestling and all this shit is popular right now.
For sure, yeah.
And you know why?
That's all I've been seeing.
And you know why? Because they ain't got nowhere to fucking perform.
Yup. You on to something. Yup. You right, bro.
And I said that when Bad Bunny came out. So Bad Bunny did Royal Rumble. He jumped off the top rope. And now every week Bad Bunny has been on TV. And Bad Bunny is also the WWE high. His first week of selling like merchandise, he did like $500,000 in t-shirt sales. And he dropped it. That's what I'm saying.
I had to let it process real quick. I said, what'd you just say?
And Bad Bunny is the biggest artist of 2020.
Yeah, for sure.
And he got the song with Booker T, where he had Booker T in the music video and all that shit. So, and he's an actual like pro wrestling. Like he's had Ric Flair. He's put Stone Cold in the music video. Like he really be about. But most Puerto Rican people are like wrestling.
Yeah.
Like
they think. Yeah,
it's like us in the South. Like they get raised on it too.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it seems like they're gonna try to bring out some big artist to do WrestleMania to perform, and obviously Bad Bunny is gonna probably get in the ring, and Lil Bow Wow, little short ass, is trying to get some of that money, and so it's Soulja Boy.
Somebody gonna be next, probably your boy Drake. You think Drake gonna be next?
Nah, Drake too soft to get in there, man. But Wale, I see Wale trying to get in the ring. I do. I do see Wale trying to get in the ring. I mean, because he's been on. He's brought out Wale. Wale has brought out artists before. He brought out the Street Profits. He's performed with them. Like I said, he got a theme song now. Like you said, West Side Gun. Every fucking rap song is about that. So the wrestling shit is like is a big. It's like there's because they didn't like. You got to think, and this is another topic that we're gonna talk about. Wrestling and UFC did not shut down during the pandemic.
Yep.
And both of them are thriving because of that.
Yep.
And
You are 100 with
them
that.
the two motherfuckers, and both of them dudes are Trumpers. Fucking Dana White loved Trump, and Vince McMahon's wife used to work for Trump, and then her super PAC is with Trump. I talked about this shit a long time ago, and now you seeing the dividends of it. But yeah, Bow Wow is on there, and then Soulja Boy a couple days ago said, "Man, this rap shit is fake as wrestling." And Randy Orton, Bob Orton's son, and he from St. Louis, he one of them crazy ass white boys. He said, "Man, don't call my shit fucking fake. Is it scripted? Because that's I do have friends out here that are pro wrestlers, like, and I've like worked out with them. Some of them are like legitimately trained athletes, like they box, they did MMA, they did grappling, like some of them trained jiu-jitsu with me. So like a lot of them niggas really know how to fight. So they don't like the fake word because it's performance. And then it's like I know from when my granddaddy got arrested, so because he was born in the 20s, he used to tell me about the carnival aspect of what pro wrestling was, and like it's theatrical because they used to actually go out there and fight at the carnival. They used to beat themselves up, so they started to trick the fans to like, hey, we're just gonna work it, get beat up less, and make the same kind of money. Because it used to actually be pro wrestling where you was a college wrestler, a folk style wrestler. They used to go out there and go fight like UFC, but then they just kept getting beat up, and they started looking at the money aspect of it. And then they do what that was the kayfabe, but then they used to work, and then they do the shoot. So they doing the shoot aspect of it, where the shoot is like real, like if somebody call them out for real, like them Billy Robinson, old school type of dudes, Fit Finley, William Regals, them motherfuckers will fuck you up for real. Like them type, there's some of them Chris Benoit, them dudes will fuck you up for real because they actually know how to grapple. Bret Hart, his ass Stu Hart. Bret Hart was a college wrestler. It was a high school and college wrestler. So he can fuck you up, like for real. So the wrestlers, the wrestling, the rappers are like, oh, this shit is what it is. So now, like I said, rap and wrestling is pretty much there. If somebody's smart, they'll find this out and start putting rap and wrestling shows together, and mingle it because it's some of the same audience anyway.
For sure. Yeah, man. I was like, bro, this thing is. I seen you talking about the Bow Wow thing, and I looked up, I seen Shaq, and I'm like, bro, even going back when Rodman and Carl Malone, all them people was always kind of vision into it. It's a business, bro, and it's like you said, it's been consistent with they stayed open with the COVID stuff. Yup.
Every time they hit the peak, like when it falls off, it falls off. When it peaks, it always go mainstream. Every celebrity can go in there, and like we said, we'll talk about Shaq right now. Where you see Shaq out there promoting it on Inside the NBA. They out there talking shit. And did you see what happened to Shaq?
Yeah, seen it.
So Shaq went through a table.
It was 2 tables, right?
Yeah, 2 tables. 2 tables. Yeah.
Shaq.
I was shocked he did that shit because them tables hurt, man.
You done that stuff. I ain't touched none of that.
No, I just fucked around with that shit, like playing around. I've never done like an actual pro wrestling ever.
Okay.
Even though I do got like that's on my bucket list. We might have to tag team up one day.
Oh,
that's on the bucket list.
My old ass, bro. I'm already struggling to get in there.
I'm struggling coming in grappling and jiu-jitsu and like actual freestyle wrestling. My body's fucked up from that. Yeah. I dream about it, you know what I'm saying? But fuck that shit. But he went through 2 fucking tables. And it's basically to like promote this Instagram model chick. You probably seen her, that Miss Cargill chick. That's she wrestling now. So I guess, she probably one of them girls Shaq used to buy a bag for or something.
Yeah.
I think her baby daddy was in the MLB. So it's a check, man.
She's just getting that bread. She getting that bread. Another thing, bro, I was thinking about, bro, with the wrestling thing, man. Like you were saying, it stayed consistent with UFC, right? Both of them stayed during the pandemic because everything got shut down. They still kept going. When it comes to the UFC, just our next topic, UFC to boxing, bro. I'm a crazy boxing fanatic. And I feel that me as a boxing fanatic, I can see UFC taking over, bro. I can honestly see it's getting a lot more popular. The people are fighting each other. They're fighting every week. Every weekend, it's a fight, mainstream fight, and it's like I can see it getting more popular than boxing. I'm a boxing, guru. It's like, yo, I love boxing, but I can see UFC coming in there.
Well, this is the thing about MMA, and like I got a lot of friends that are MMA. My homie Jordan Espinosa fighting this weekend from Albuquerque. Like I know a lot of the dudes. I know John Jones. I damn near know fucking every black MMA fighter out. And it's just like you got to think about this shit. This is the thing that you talk about. So look at this in a perspective of boxing, MMA, UFC, and shit like this. There's only one major promotion, like world, super worldwide promotion. That's UFC. After that, it's two ones that's tier underneath that. It's Bellator and ONE FC. ONE FC is based in Asia, Indonesia. And then, of course, there's some ones in Japan that kind of come in every once in a while. But those are the top, those are the three biggest promotions. But people don't look at Bellator and ONE FC, One Fighting Championship, as the same as everywhere else. UFC is considered the crème de la crème, even though Bellator has had champions come over and fight, like after their contracts go over. So UFC, everybody is fighting everybody that's top talent because it's one promotion. In boxing, you got to worry about fucking Top Rank, Mayweather promotion. You got to worry about, Al Heyman and them. Then you got to worry about what they doing over there in London and shit. And everybody fighting for money and just, it's a lot of shit where it's like, that's why the fight's in. And then on top of that, the promotions. One is on Fox, one is on ESPN, one is on it's just, and it's the bigger contracts. UFC, it's all baby. It's all ESPN, ABC money now. Yep. So it's like, regardless, whatever you're going in. So it's like the big fights are being made. So like prime example is like the light heavyweight champion Izzy Adesanya is he's the middleweight championship, and he's fighting for the light heavyweight against John Blachowicz. Like he can, anytime they want to move up in weight, they moving up weight. John Jones is going up to heavyweight to fight for the heavyweight title because he said he want to be a heavyweight, and if you want to drop down, Izzy is probably one of the bigger stars right now there.
Yeah. I seen him yesterday on ESPN. He was doing an interview. Yeah.
And I mean, they just as flashy as boxers and shit now. Look at all the shit we got to do to get Earl and fucking Bud to fight.
God, I got to move heaven and earth just to see that fight, bro.
And then think about this: Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua is worse.
It's worse than that? I thought they was trying to get it done.
Yeah, but they still, but they talking about $250 million. So I know that shit is not getting done. I know it's not gonna get. They saying it's possibility getting done, but I don't believe them until it's there.
Them the fights everybody want to see, bro. And it's like we have to wait and wait and wait. And UFC just bringing them out. And MMA, they bringing them out every weekend. Every weekend it's a fight. Every weekend I see your stories. You at a bar, you watching it with your homeboys or whatever. You watching with Wayno. You watch it. We got something to do every single weekend. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you into that. You always talked about it. I said, man, maybe I need to start getting into this stuff, man. Because I see it every weekend, these promotions for these fights, and I see you on your stories, you with Wayne, y'all having a good time watching the fight. I'm like, bro, this is crap. I shouldn't have to wait for Spence and Bud. You know what I'm saying? When they got good fights, good entertainment every weekend. Yeah. And it just hit me different the other day when I text you that. I said, bro, I think UFC's getting more popular than boxing.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. Like I watch boxing I'm a huge boxing fan. I'm a boxing purist too. So don't just think just UFC because I grew up in both. I grew up in martial arts and I grew up in, so I love both. I love both. Damn near the same. And I watch a lot of the small fights. I'll watch fucking. Hell, I even watch that fucking bullshit. I don't want to kick no man down, but you know who I was about to say.
I already know.
The little fake ass little Mayweather.
Yeah. Come about AB.
Yeah, AB.
Yeah.
But I even watched AB fight. Like it was UFC on. I had both of my phones. I was watching that Broner fight on Showtime, and then they had UFC the same night. Like that's just the thing that's just going on. Like there, but it's like it's so hard to get different things. And like I said, I think the promotion you'll have to deal with so much inner promotional thing. And on top of that, this is a thing with Dana White. Even though Dana White believe in stars and shit and superstars, man, for the A check, for the UFC check, they don't give a fuck if they champion get knocked the fuck out.
Yep.
Prime example, Conor McGregor, because he'll make another star, and then that star lose, they'll make another star, and they don't chase. And this is the thing about MMA. And if you watch Chael Shannon's YouTube channel, a lot of other things, a loss isn't the same in MMA as it is in boxing. Boxing has hurled, and basically a lot of boxers sell their zero. They sell their loss, their one loss. Like they'll be undefeated until they can get the best fighter they can, and then they'll take the loss. In MMA, dudes take a loss, you know what I'm saying? They'll keep taking losses, and then they'll find their way back in the championship. And they kind of like that. So MMA now got that Rocky type of thing where you could lose and you could go on a 5-win fight
streak, build your way back up,
and build your way back up. Boxing needs to allow, and boxing fans need to start allowing that shit. Like in the 80s, man. You look at the 80s, man. All the motherfuckers fought each other.
Yeah, Hearns, all of them, Hagler, all of them.
Like they, and boxing has lost that now. And I think, to be honest, and I hate trying to kick a person down, I think that started with Tyson. I think it started with Tyson first, and then Floyd Mayweather took it to an extreme, and now everybody care about being defeated.
Yeah, because you got to think too with Tyson, they were trying to get the Holyfield Tyson, and it just kept pushing back. Then Tyson went to jail, he got out of jail. Then then you got the Lennox Lewis, all that. Then you got the Floyd with the Pacquiao thing. Everybody like fight. Finally fought. It was like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the Bud and Spence thing. Everybody want this fight.
And it's worse because you got the youngsters doing it. Like Tank doing it. Like I'm like, y'all motherfuckers is like 23 years old, and it's like 80 of y'all that are like top contenders. Y'all need to fight each other.
Yeah. But because I'm a Shakir guy. I like Shakir Stevens. That's one of my favorite little guys I'm watching now. But it's a lot of them, Garcia, Devin, all these cats in the same division. That's what Mike was saying in his podcast. Mike was saying, y'all need to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with Tank? Yeah, Tank and Garcia and everybody. Like, y'all need to come on. The money's there. People want to see this. We're itching for this.
And the money will always be there as long as you fight each other and put on exciting fights. Like for me, I think Ryan got knocked down his last fight. So now Ryan gonna be extra careful.
Super careful.
But I mean, that was the first real fight he ever had. I'm gonna keep it a buck like Garcia. Devin Haney really ain't fought nobody yet. Tank against Leo was Leo smaller than him, but Leo was punching him until Tank was like, fuck it, you too little. Nah, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. But Tank really ain't fought nobody. It's like a lot of these dudes, they just ain't fighting nobody, no top contenders and shit. And this is the reason why I mean a top contender. Like, if you fight a dude, you beat him, and then 3-4 years down the road, he done won a title. That's a real contender. That's a real champion. Like a lot of these dudes, they get that zero in boxing, and then they just kind of fall off. And it's kind of like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, as a fan, it's disappointing because it make people lose. And like you said, you could go watch UFC and see a knockout every fucking weekend. Like, for example, like if you saw the Derek Lewis knockout, you know what I'm saying? He just the double single uppercut knocked the motherfucker out. And you watching that shit on every highlight, ESPN everywhere. They thought, you know what I'm saying? They can then, and then on top of that, they got personalities because like wrestling, a lot of the MMA guys, they take on the pro wrestler mentality. Michael Chandler, he did the damn Ric Flair fucking Royal Rumble preach after he knocked out a motherfucker. And he live in Nashville. Michael Chandler live in Nashville, kind of adopted a little black kid, and he fly for a motherfucker. He from Missouri. They like this shit. I mean, it's an interesting world and shit. And then, like you said, it's just there. Like the guy who Derek Lewis knocked out cold. Curtis Blaze. Curtis Blaze has been knocked out 3-4 times, but Curtis Blaze only 30 years old, and he'll probably be the world champion one day. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
just get back up and fight.
Yeah, it's just like get back up and fight. Francis Ngannou, who's fighting for the world title pretty soon, man. He got beat. You know what I'm saying? These dudes take losses and then they come back, They come back. Stipe lost twice against who everybody say I look like. Daniel Cormier.
Oh man. Crazy, bro.
Man, nah, that's who man, I've been getting called that shit for like 7-8 years, man. They be like, look, DC. And people are like, damn, he do kind of look like DC. I know. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah. but Stipe lost against DC. DC knocked him the fuck out. One came back, knocked DC the fuck out, and beat him again. And then on top of that, it's like the money chasing. Stipe grew up boxing and shit too. So, he fought, he did Golden Gloves and shit. And he talking about boxing. So it's just like, it's just one of those really like interesting things where it's like, man, I don't know what's going to go on in MMA and boxing. But we got to get some of these fights.
Yeah, for sure.
To get some of these fights going on. All right, man. So what do you think about Kanye and getting divorced?
Kanye! Why Jesus? Man, it was when I first got the news, it was somebody doing it. It's like, it's just a gimmick to get more money or get a show. They said Kim's trying to promote going through the process of getting a show, right? I think she getting a show from it.
No, so what they're doing is I don't want to spend all day on this. So they supposed to do the series finale on ETV. They supposed to talk about it. And then she got a new show on Hulu they supposed to be talking about. I don't know what the fuck.
It's all about that bread, son.
It is all
money, bro. But yeah, man, Kanye, it happens, bro. I'm about to get married myself, so I ain't trying to hear none of that divorce stuff. But I mean, living in that life, man, being in that spotlight, you just never know what's behind the scenes. I ain't even trying to know. You know what I'm saying? That's their business. That's why I always say that, man. That's your business. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I just look at it from outside going in. I'm a fan of Kanye, from, older Kanye, and I just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it at that too. All right. So movie expectations. We got Coming to America 2 coming out and Mortal Kombat. What's your thoughts on just seeing the trailer?
So I'm gonna have my expectations low, bro, because I'm not trying to get too excited. I'm an MK fanatic. I'm gonna Coming to America. I watch it at least once every 2 weeks. I watched it in my little man cave, which I'm in right now. That's one of my movies, man. So I'm putting my expectations low, so I can only go up. So I'm not putting it too high because I know how I am. I'll be super disappointed, bro. And I've been waiting for this since I was a kid. So I'm gonna be on both movies, on both. Mortal Kombat 2, they redone it, and the trailer it looks decent on my end. You know what I'm saying? I think it looks pretty good compared to what I used when I watched when I was 10 years old. Going on a movie night, on school night, my mama taking me to go see Mortal Kombat on the premiere. I thought that was everything. So I'm putting my expectations low. I'm going to have a family night. Me and my family, we're going to watch Coming to America. I think Mortal Kombat come out in April. So I probably had that one to myself. But Coming to America, we're going to have the family. We're going to have the popcorn out, man. We're going to have some good laughs. Good Stella Rose. I'm on that Stella Rose, boy. I'm old head now. And I'm on that Stella Rose. Straight wide.
Yeah, so I mean, Mortal Kombat trailer, I did not like.
Yeah, I remember you say.
And it's just because it's like, all right, so I'm a real big like martial art movie, like kung fu movie type of like fan or whatever. And this is the first thing too. I mean, they got James Wan producing and shit like that. And I like, if you seen The Raid. Joe Taslim, like he dope. He was on one of them Fast and Furious. He's a little Asian dude that whooped Tyrese's ass. He dope.
Yeah. I remember that.
And they got Louis Tan, a little pretty boy, white boy and shit. He on that Wu Assassins on Netflix. He can fight and shit. And the dude, they got the Liu Kang. But first, they had your boy Mekhi Brooks looking like Steve Harvey, man. I was just like, man, why this nigga looking like Steve Harvey? internet went crazy calling Macabre. You remember him out the game and Just Right and shit? I was like,
I remember. Yeah, I remember him, man.
But yeah, that was.
I'm trying to figure out like what else would you wanted to do? I mean, from your perspective. You got to think of it too. As you look at it, you do train, you do that stuff, so you know these folks. So you see it from a different lens. You know what I'm saying? I always said that you see it from a different lens.
So because it's some of the casting, some of the casting is good, and then some of the casting is like, what the fuck? Like for example, I know he's getting older, and I know he did the web series one, but you telling me you can't put Michael Jai White in this shit?
It's a series. He was playing Jax in the series.
Yeah, you telling me you can't have Michael Jai White play Jack?
Yeah,
you telling me
Mike, my guy. I like Mike, man.
You telling me you can't? You know, Scott Adkins. He do a lot of like direct. If you've seen Scott, you can't tell me he can't play Johnny Cage. And if the new dude's supposed to kind of be Johnny Cage, I'm kind of like, it's based off the UFC thing, MMA. I know that's popular. The dude who the rating dude look like ass. It's just like it's just some of it. It's like it's either cast well or it's not cast. That's my issue with it. It's just like
maybe it's gonna be a hit, man. I think because we got to think, man. You like I said, you see it from a different lens, bro. And you got to look at I look at the old. I watched the old one the other day, and it's just like seeing the new one now and seeing the graphics, seeing the technology. Is just like I think it's gonna go. Of course, I watched the series too, the one with Michael Skin. I got that on DVD somewhere in here. I got the whole series on DVD.
And see that one, like they got some of the best martial art fighters in the world, and they put them in the movie, and that's the reason why everybody loved that, because I just feel like that's what you had to do again. Yeah, like because the first Mortal Kombat movie, all them dudes could fight. The second one fucking sucked ass.
Yeah, the second one was trash.
But then when they brought it back, it was like okay. And I was just like that. So
I remember the series. I remember the series back in the day. You remember the Kung Lao series? Yeah, I remember that. I remember all that.
Yeah, that was decent too, but it was just there. Okay, like I said, we got a few more minutes, man. What do you think about mask off Mississippi and Texas, man?
This going to determine the rest of our year, bro. If the numbers go up, if people get sick, we're gonna shut down again. If the numbers consistently stay down, you're gonna see more states open up. Yeah, this the test. This is the test for the rest of the year, bro. This right here, Mississippi, Texas. If hospitals get overwhelmed and all of that from people not wearing masks and really getting sick from it, and if the numbers stay down, we're gonna open up. I think Cali's and New York's probably gonna be the slowest one to do it, but it just depends on the numbers, bro.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it too. And we'll go real quick. What do you think about Snowfall came back and WandaVision is about to end?
Man, Snowfall, bro, it came out blazing. It's fire, man. That's one of the top shows right now that people, in the culture really messing with. WandaVision, it threw people off, but I like it, because it kind of it's not the traditional kind of show. It kind of threw everything off, which I like. I wouldn't just pretend it's going to be like a movie type thing. It threw me completely off, bro. I just think it was dope to me. I liked it.
Yeah, so I've been watching WandaVision. Last night I started Snowfall for the first time.
Oh my god!
I know. I've been
telling you on this Snowfall, bro.
I've been trying to like act and do doing shit all the time. So everybody, please excuse me. But I've been watching. But and the sad thing is, I know Uncle Jerome. I know I made Joseph. Shout him out. I know the nigga I know people want Snowfall, and I still don't watch it. I'm a bad friend. I see the nigga every day on Facebook posting about his daughter and shit being cute.
Support your homie, man.
I know, man. That nigga, that's a big nigga too. But last, man, any music you've been on, man, any new stuff?
Nothing. I still been on my old kick, bro. I still haven't got anything new yet, man. Unless something really just I can hear and I swing my way, but I still been on my man right here. May June, orange season. I've been still on June if anything, but everything else has been straight 90s, late 80s hip hop.
Okay, so have you got to hear Jasmine Sullivan yet?
I have. I did hear that. I heard that a couple. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard Jasmine Sullivan. Yeah, it's good, man.
Did you check out the Lucky Day? That what came out.
Yeah.
You had Division drop. What else? I mean, it's been slow. It's been slow music, like you said. Les and Bun B did a project earlier. I don't know the year. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it has been a slow overall year. Benny, by the time this comes out, Benny the Butcher will have dropped.
Okay, I'm gonna check that one out for sure.
The plugs I met too, and Jim Jones dropped. So
I did see you post that one. I did see it, but I haven't listened to it though.
Jim Jones is getting really, really good, man. And Harry Fraud the Alchemist.
Fraud, he can do some dope stuff. So yeah.
But hopefully music pop up. We got more music to top up. This is the time, man. Two country boys in Cali and LA. We are LA, San Francisco, the Bay, everywhere. Yay area.
Shout out the Bay. You know I love the Bay.
Shout y'all out. Everybody stay safe. All streaming platforms, YouTube, holler.